Team TSA Offseason Powerlifting Program Week 5 Overhead Press and Squats. Today is July 19th and it is my overhead press day. In the upper left hand corner is the working sets for the day. You see 1x3 at 95, 1x3 at 105, and 3x8 at 115 pounds. Shown is the 115 pound sets. The overhead press, it's not heavy, I guess, relative to what I could do for maybe a single or a double, but throw in anything more than 5 and it is pretty challenging for me. And I've mentioned previously that one of my biggest challenges is my muscle endurance. So thankfully, at least this pressing is really helping raise that that endurance or lack thereof. I remember specifically from this workout, right when I get to around this 8th rep, that I don't know, there's a lot of things that you would have to be paying attention to as far as form breakdown, but I just felt my whole my chassis, I guess you could say, gliding from under the bar and then behind it on each of the reps. And eventually I was just letting my back fold to where it slowly became like, I don't know, a really ridiculously inclined bench. And so I was really trying to focus on getting that bar down to my chest and squeezing my glutes and making sure my core was tight before I made that next press. I know it's the most boring part of the day, but that is the main focus. But the the secondary lifts also is where things count. Here I'm benching on the our, I guess, quotation competition bench that we have at the gym, and the padding on this, it's still pretty fluffy compared to, I guess, a regulation competition bench, but it's still less padding than the other adjustable benches that we have at the gym. And the main thing off the bat that I noticed was the arch, that ridiculous arch that I was able to achieve on the other benches. I'm not able to achieve on this bench. So that kind of threw me off just a little bit because I'm so used to where the weight would dump on the other benches. And I guess that's a good thing to bench on different platforms that are available to you in your environment. So I guess you can compensate for adjustments like these. I was feeling really strong going through the pause bench press. As you saw previously, I did a 205 for 3 because I didn't have anybody to spot me. I didn't feel too comfortable continuing with that weight. And to be honest with you, that third one, it may have not have looked hard, but it was. And even the first clip that I had on there, where it was only like what I did last week, 180 pounds, I have a problem with pause benching trying to count my my reps out. I put it at the bottom, I count 1, 2, 3, and I do another rep, and I don't know where the fuck I am. So I may put the bar away on the 3rd rep, thinking I did 5, or I may do 7 reps, thinking I only did 5. I don't want to take away from the fact that this is the 3rd set of pause benching, but I want you to look at my shoulder right here. I've been having some issues with this guy nagging when I do benching, and I don't know, I guess like since forever I've always had, I don't know, my shoulders feel like they come out of place on pull-ups and bench press, and it's only as I've gradually gotten stronger that hasn't happened too much. But I don't know, that I didn't even feel that, to be honest with you, when I was benching. But anytime after I do close grip bench, or I don't know, the overhead presses don't bug me too much. I would say it's more the close grip bench the most. I get like this weird, I don't know, it's almost like, I wouldn't say it's like pain or anything like that, but like it's like my arm becomes useless. I can't like really lift my left arm past a certain degree without there being some kind of pain. And it'll probably last a day or two, or it'll just be dull. But it doesn't really like affect anything other than the fact that I feel this pain. Like, as I lift and the more blood flows into it, the more it lags or nags less, I would say. But for the most part, I don't know, I just try and push through it. Here's a really long set of seal rows. I think I only did 9 on that, and then here we got the close grip pull-ups. And because of the angle, it doesn't look like I'm going all the way up. I definitely ain't going all the way down, but it really has to do more with that shoulder thing that I was mentioning. If I go any lower than that, my shoulders will rotate out of place, or they'll grind and pop. That pretty much rounds out the training session for today. I think everything went well for the most part. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really excited about my bench just slowly progressing. And I probably would just like to spend more time under the heavier weights. But it seems to be just a little battle of doing a 1 second pause versus a 3 second. I think it definitely would be easier if I had somebody there to count for me, but you only can work with what you have available. So that does it for the bench, and let's move on to the squats. Now, what I didn't mention during any of the benching portion was that earlier in the week when I did my deadlift workout, I did it at the gym at my job, and they don't have a glute ham machine, so I did a seated hamstring curl or something like that. It's not the one where you get to lay on your stomach. It's the one where you sit down and then curl your legs back to you. And maybe I hyperextended my left calf or something like that. I don't know. I strained the fuck out of my calf. Like, it's not like the calf itself, or maybe it is, but it's like right below that weird rear area of your knee, where everything kind of meets up, like just the tippy top of like where the calf muscles all come together. I haven't been able to walk right. I've been having really excruciating pain just walking anytime that I rest for any long period of time and try to start walking again. It starts to nag. I mean, I'm wearing compression pants in the video. I have compression sleeves on both of my calves, and I have KT tape under all of this on the left leg just because I wanted to get the work in. I know I don't really need that calf to squat, but I do need it as a stabilizer, especially since I tend to come forward a lot, and I think because I was nursing that, it may have caused me to come just subconsciously forward to keep any pain off of that leg. And under the warm-up for this exercise, I mean, I came to the gym around 8, it closes at 10, so I didn't really spend too much time doing any kind of joint mobility or hypermobility or whatever the fuck the terminology is for it to get my joints all warmed up. I didn't really stretch my calves out. I didn't do anything for the Achilles. I just, I made sure my legs were good. I made sure my hips were good, and you might have noticed on that first set of 245, I took my first squat pretty wide, and that did not feel good at all in my groin. So, I mean, I've just had small little nags here and there. The calf has been the major issue the whole week. My left shoulder had been nagging from like close grip bench day 2 weeks ago, and I'm really just trying to push through it. Maybe I might ask Hani to suggest some kind of alternate exercise or something I may be allowed to do along with my training, just to help strengthen that so I don't experience any pain. Maybe it's just the muscle being stretched in a weird way, or how it's not normally stretched. Who knows? But I can tell you this much: this week, 3 sets of 295 felt way better than 5 sets of fucking 285 at whatever I had to do last week, or 275 or whatever it was. For the pause deadlifts, because like I said, I had the calf injury, I didn't want to do too much weight, to be honest with you. I just was afraid of agitating it any further. Although I felt no pressure or tension in that particular area doing this lift, these deadlifts with a slight pause. Like, I didn't want to risk it. Like, they felt good. I knew I could have put at least 100 extra pounds on this bar, and I could have kept the same momentum and pace and speed up. But again, I'm nursing an injury, so I mean, I definitely didn't do fucking calf raises after this. Much less did I do the ab work, but that's all stuff that I can make up during the week, so I'm not too bummed about it. And this also, I wanted to make sure to get this in and keep it out of lightweight. And you notice half of the fucking gym's missing. You know, we're in the transitional phase of moving out of this spot into a bigger gym. So they came in and took out half all the mats today, anything that wasn't bolted down, and took it over to the new place, and all that's left is this. So training this week, I'll probably, have some skeleton vids thrown together of me at LA Fitness. I won't be able to train the way that I do in my particular capacity at Barbell Brigade until, we're fully settled in the new spot, which isn't like, a huge deal. But, this week I think I got some AMRAPs coming up, so I got to get to it. And I just need to find a better way to set this whole exercise up. I mean, if we had kettlebells that were heavier, this would probably be more convenient than dumbbells. I just feel those throw my balance off, or just doing it with a barbell and just a safer way to get my leg up. But I think that pretty much nails it for this week, man. I feel good. I feel strong. My recovery's good. My food's good. So thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, dudes.